Marijuana didn't originate in North America. It was imported. Its journey began in Asia and South Asia, traveling along trade routes that would later carry something far deadlier, fentanyl. Today, those routes have evolved into sophisticated pipelines for organized crime. The question we must ask, is there a connection between local truck house operators and Asian crime syndicates flooding Canada with fentanyl? Marijuana is not indigenous to North America. It originated in Asia and South Asia thousands of years ago. Its introduction to North America came much later through global trade routes and migration. In the early 1600s, hemp, not marijuana, was introduced to North America by European settlers for rope, sails, and textiles. Pre-1900s, cannabis plants were cultivated in Asia for medicinal and spiritual purposes. There was no marijuana in North America. During World War I, from 1914 to 1918, hemp production surged in North America to support the war effort, but this was industrial hemp, not psychoactive marijuana. From 1920 to 1930, coinciding with Asian immigration, marijuana began appearing in North America, imported from Asia and South Asia, often through Mexico and Caribbean trade routes. It was associated with recreational use, not traditional indigenous practices. In 2018, marijuana was legalized by Canada, and criminal groups began to take advantage to seize their control of drug distribution by manipulating culture. As a result of the setting up of illegal dispensaries under the cover of truck houses, the governments of Nova Scotia, PEI, and New Brunswick issued a letter to try and get the truck houses to become compliant with federal and provincial law. It is important, so I will read what they wrote. Dear Micmac Rights Association Executive, we are writing in reply to your letter of July 31, 2024, regarding the sale of cannabis in Indigenous-run sites in Indigenous communities and elsewhere. The provinces of Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Prince Edward Island have regulated models for the sale of cannabis. Under these models, cannabis can be legally purchased at government-approved or licensed vendors through authorized retail outlets and online. In Nova Scotia, this is through the Nova Scotia Liquor Corporation. In New Brunswick, through Cannabis New Brunswick retail stores, provincially licensed private retail stores, and farm gate operations, and in PEI through the PEI Cannabis Management Corporation. Our governments have chosen these regulated models to ensure public health and safety, especially among youth. Cannabis cannot be legally sold outside these authorized sites and must comply with federal and provincial legislation and regulations on the sale of cannabis. Dispensaries operating outside the provincial and federal legislative and regulatory frameworks are considered illegal. This letter was addressed to leaders of the Truck House Movement, Chris Googoo, Clinton Ray Howard, Garrett Glode, Cody Kaplan, and Thomas Durfee. Some bands in PEI have chosen to use legal dispensaries, and a province of Nova Scotia has provided avenues for the truck houses to comply as well. Why do they not want to be legal? Marijuana's history proves it is not a traditional indigenous activity. It's an imported plant with foreign origins, introduced long after colonial contact. Illegal dispensaries are selling a foreign product from Asia. Will they also sell fentanyl, another Asian import? Chris Googoo leads this truck house movement. Now he wants to be chief. What is his true agenda? History warns us. When we ignore the origins of these networks, communities pay the price. Don't vote Chris Googoo because Millbrook matters. Share this video and subscribe. Join the conversation because, again, Millbrook matters.